Hey YouTube, welcome back to my show, The Leopard Cat, where we are fun, fearless, independent, and always opinionated. I'm here to review Queen of the South, which comes on USA Thursdays nights at 9. If you're not watching it, you don't know what you're missing. You are really missing out on a great show. So, reviewing episode 4. I already got my notes ready, so let's get into it. Teresa, Pote, and James are now in Arizona. They run into the sheriff, who was like a dirty sheriff. He kind of like cleans the money and puts up barriers for the drug dealers to do their product. They go to James' house, and Pote, who is already suspicious of James, is suspicious of his men too. They want to ship cocaine through the mail, but it's risky. But it will make them a lot of money, so that's one of the upsides to it. James tells Teresa to sell it in Arizona. She has to appeal to 5 drug dealers. Now they end up paying the sheriff to make sure no products gets through. You know, that's how the sheriff is dirty, how he helps the drug dealers. She goes to Detective Alonzo to ask. Camilla is having nightmares. She's having nightmares about people wanting to kill her, and that's because she's just like her husband, does a lot of dirty crap, and feels threatened by Teresa. I don't understand why she wants to kill Teresa, other than she's jealous and feels threatened. So she's having all these nightmares, and she goes to Detective Alonzo, who is really high. She asks him help for finding Teresa, and he tells her that he's suspended, he can't really help her, you know. And so they end up sleeping together. And I kind of knew what happened. I'm kind of here for it, but you know, that's just how it ended up being. Camilla is visited by a widow, and they want her to have a march of the widows, and she tells her daughter not to show up because she just doesn't feel like it's safe, and it probably was for the best. But you know, Teresa goes to a winery. Isabella doesn't listen. She's just like, I want to be there for Poppy. I want to be there for Poppy. So she goes anyway. Teresa goes to a winery to see Kellyanne from last season. Teresa's old but good friend. We find out she owns the winery, has been taking care of the little boy from season 1 who mother died and was a friend of Teresa's. So I was always wondering what happened to him. You know, she changed her name to Priscilla Kellyanne now, and you know, she kind of keeps the drugs in the winery. And I think Teresa just knew that her life was just too dangerous for the boy. You know, Teresa and her meet up there, and Cortez finds out that Camilla is working with Detective Alonzo. And for me, I don't understand how Cortez is not dead yet. I'm just so ready for Camilla to stop playing games and finally kill him. He tried to kill you so many times. Your husband tried to kill him. He's still alive. Teresa makes a deal with the 5 dealers that she will help them take over the share of money so they can get, you know, sell more money, have more money, sell more product. And the sheriff actually ends up kidnapping her and blackmails James to bring him 20 in cash, or he'll kill Teresa or deliver Teresa to Camilla himself. So they have this big shootout, and they shoot the sheriff and the deputy. You know, Pote can't really shoot that well because of his hand being messed up, but he ends up shooting the deputy after they find out, you know, it's a trap. They look at the money and they see only the top bills are money, the rest are just paper. So they find out that's a trap. James shoots the sheriff and Teresa is saved, but the sheriff is not dead. He's just in critical condition. And I was just like, why didn't they take a headshot? I hate in TV shows and movies, they shoot everywhere else but the head. You want to make sure somebody dead, shoot them in the head. You know, and we're at the Widow's March. Camilla's at the Widow's March, and the killer shows up, and they have a twin, like a body double, to pretend to be Camilla. She's all dressed in black, so you can't really see her face. And then you find out that it's a twin, like a camouflage Camilla. And they killed the guy who tried to kill her. You know, and it's just like, I kind of knew that was going to happen. I'm glad she isn't dead, but I still don't want her to trust Cortez. I think she's playing a terrible game, doesn't know what she's doing. You know, she really needs Teresa, because Teresa is just smart. She's just so much smarter. We get to episode 5, and this episode was really good. Oh my goodness. Remy Ma MC Light were the guest stars, and They really should have kept him, you know. I know they need to check, but please. Teresa Reiner is doing very well. The black guy named Devon that was working for Camilla Bombards, the winery with Remy Ma and MC Light. Now he ended up taking Priscilla or Kellyanne, whatever you want to call her, hostage, and you know, he kind of wants to find out where that guy who did the devil worshiping is. And you know, not Camilla, but Teresa just like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know where he is, you know. But she tries to help him because, you know, she's afraid that he's going to kill her friend. Camilla goes to meet up with the detective, and they find out that Cortez has a camera in there checking on Camilla. You know, and he kind of warns her about, you know, they kind of getting this tight embrace. He kind of warns, you know, Camilla that there's a camera watching you. You know, and she gets it on with him. I can't remember if it was this episode or the last episode where they first sleep together, but they sleep together. And this episode, this sex scene was very nice. I think the detective is very fine, and you know, she leaves. Camilla leaves, and trying to get away before Cortez comes in there and tries to do something. Teresa meets up with little T, you know, the little gangster-like Hispanic Mexican girl, and to get down to the bottom of what's going on in the winery. They put Kellyanne in the basement, but Pote sneaks into one of the rooms and unties her and gives her a gun. I'm like, Pote, he is the number one person Teresa can always trust. Ain't James, is Pote. Devon wants Teresa to, I already told you once, to find out where that devil worshiping guy is. You know, she tells him, I don't know, he only deals with his followers and I'm not one of them. What am I supposed to do? She eventually gives him a number, but that doesn't work. You know, Kellyanne gets released and shoots one of the guys, and they waterboard her with wine. I'm like, oh my God. You know, James shows up, you know, and the detective, Cortez and his men get into a shootout with Detective Alonzo, and they shoot Alonzo in the shoulder. They have this and I was hoping and praying Alonzo did not get killed. They have Cortez has him in a headlock. He takes a clock or something and knocks him out. And I'm like, why didn't you kill Kemp? I'm so tired of Cortez still being alive. Everybody does a half job when it comes to trying to kill him. And he gets away. And James agrees to go with Devon to give him what he wants, but Teresa won't allow him. We find out we're really happy with James and that family. He was there to do a hit, and one of the kids ended up getting killed, and he's just been distraught about it ever since. You know, Teresa, when she finds out, she's like, just take him. But Teresa ended up blackmailing Devon by saying that they will kill his mother, and that little Mexican gangster girl, little T, is at the church like, yeah, you know, with the camera watching them like, you make one false move against Teresa and we will kill your family. We'll kill your mother because you may be not out there, but we can find your mother. We can get to her if we want to get to you. And he gets scared and he leaves them. And Camilla knew Cortez was having a camera there, and she knew that they were recording her. So I was kind of surprised by that. And we find out that Devon, the black guy, is an undercover cop. And I'm not really surprised by it, but I want to see how this is all going to play out. Anyway, Teresa and James have a bonding moment when he tells her that he thinks about the little girl every single day. You know, she just kind of consoles him because she knows he really didn't mean it. He's a good guy, even though she can't really trust him. She's now trusting him even more so. And they sleep together, James and Teresa. And I like James, even though I'm a little suspicious of him. I was here for them hooking up. And Camilla finally kidnaps Teresa. And on the next episode, we see her ex-boyfriend, Teresa's ex-boyfriend, who we thought was dead, who turned out to be a cop in the first season. Anyway, that was Queen of the South. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen in the next episode. If you do not watch Queen of the South, please watch it. And please thumbs up my video. Leave a comment. I'm trying to do these videos as much as I can. I'm a very busy person, so just bond with me. I'll be doing as many reviews of Queen of the South as I can. And tell me what you think is going to happen, and share my video on Facebook and Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at That Virgo Vixen. The links will be in the more info box, and I will see you in my next review, which will be Power if you watch it, and Pose if you watch it as well. So stay tuned.